We often see the odd lime kiln in a field. They're on an industrial level. I think there's 5 or 6. Pity we can't get any nearer, but it's on private land. And yeah, it's kind of like in full production. And in fact, this sort of, I don't know if you can interpret it, but there's like a tram line along here going in that direction. So the resulting lime was added and sent away, apparently from here mainly to Scotland. Keep coming across this, the Weardale Way. From all the signs, it looks like it's been here for quite some time, or it's been around for quite some time. So this would have been the railway line leading away from the lime kilns. Definitely seeing the remains of slag heaps there, and I think I can just see over there that it looks like it's been quarried away, and this definitely looks like slag heaps rather than natural landscape. So I guess limestone was being added to the trucks here and taken to the lime kilns. Yeah, I can see how this is built up here, so that's evidence of a previous bridge. Hi guys, as you saw, great start to the day in terms of going through the limestone area and seeing the kilns and all the workings. Now we're just going across farmers' fields. Very pleasant, but not quite as exciting. And I've got the challenge again. I need to do another 20 miles to keep on schedule so I can see my wife in a couple of days' time. That's the plan. And I'm heading towards a place called Stanhope, then after that Westgate, and I need to be kind of west of Westgate to make sure I do about 20 miles. One of the things about this hike is that, I mean, at the moment it's following the Weardale Way, and in fact it seems to use lots of different trails and connects them all up, which is fine. But this particular one seems to go, what can I say, into the valleys, up the other side, out again, then across the other side. It's a bit, yeah, a bit dispiriting. You don't feel like you're making the progress that you would want to. Right, no more talking. I need to get to Stanhope, well, just outside. Over or under? Okay. I think this is the Weardale Railway, Heritage Railway. Don't look like it's used much, but yeah, looking at the tracks. Anyhow, we are going along it later on, so I shall see you then. We're not going across this bridge because we are going to walk alongside the Riverway, because we're in Weardale now, and the bridge takes you across to Stanhope, but the actual path follows the river and then eventually the railway line. Well, that would be more tempting under different circumstances. I don't actually need to go that way. I don't know if you can tell, but it's actually started raining now. It's a bit frustrating. Right. This is Stanhope Bridge. I appreciate you can't see it very well. And it's a medieval bridge, so kind of built in the 13th, 14th century. But then it was widened in 1792. And you can actually see it. There's two different forms in terms of the way in which the arch of the bridge is. So yeah, we're gonna meet up with the railway line over there, where it crosses the Riverway. No trains going, so we're going across the other side to be alongside the Riverway, and then the way and the railway line come together again. But for now, we're walking through a wet field. You can see everything's wet now, which is not helpful. Ooh. Yeah, the rain's eased off enough for the moment, but I have to admit, I tend not to film too much whilst it's raining, and it's supposed to rain on and off today, so apologies in advance. Yeah, Riverway there, and we're railway here. I don't know if clumpy is a word, but that's the word I'm using to describe underfoot. and I've just spotted the fact that it looks like you can walk along the riverbank. Yeah, I think this is what I'll do, rather than the official route very much alongside the railway. I'm sure this would be more pleasant. I'm not stopping there myself, but it does say open March to October, and it looks like it'd be £10 if you was on your own hiking. And if you did stay at the campground, which is quite small actually, yeah, there's only this bridge that separates you from the route, so just over here and we're back on the route. I was hoping to get Resupply in Westgate, but even though it's marked on the map, there is no shops or post office. So I'll be filtering water later today, I think. Actually, I've just had a thought. I wonder if I can sneak any from... Yep, I have water now. I forgot that. Kind of a hack. If you're going near a campsite or through a campsite, always check the taps and maybe fill up. Obviously, if there's someone around, you can always ask. I've asked before and offered to pay, but never been charged for water. Right. Yeah, we're west of Westgate now, but I need to get onto the moors. And then, if I manage, you could get all the way over to Cauldron Snout, which, if you've done the Pennine Way, you'll know what I'm talking about. But that might be too ambitious. Did a boring bit before. It was raining at the time and I just had my head down. It's all lead mines again, and it wasn't that interesting. I think we've seen the best. Right, onward. The house with the police box as well in the corner. Yeah, that looks like it's been made by hand. Not sure what that is. It does say corn on it. Public footpath. As you can see, we're back with our friend the River Way, and what would have been the track bed of the Weardale Railway. So no more actual railway line. Just come round the corner to see that. I think this might deserve a break. Need to find somewhere. So that's rather pleasant. But then look at the sky, and in fact it started raining. Not sure if you can see the rain, but it's absolutely pelting down. I'm trying to shelter against the floor, hoping I'm not succeeding very well. Try and look if we can find somewhere else, but this is the problem today. This keeps doing this on and off. Even though it's not stopped raining, at some point you have to get going. It gets cold standing around. Oh, it'd be awful. Right, we're going over to the opposite bank now. I thought if this shelter is good enough for the sheep, it's good enough for me. And it is pretty dry here. Probably can't see that rain, it's so fine, but boy does it get you wet. Just wondering how much longer I can hang around. Coronation Bridge, celebrating Queen Victoria's coronation. It's to replace the ford further down the river. Well, my rucksack couldn't actually get through that narrow. I had to lift myself up to get over the top. First time that's happened. So my map says there is an adventure centre nearby. I did wonder what all the noise was. Because that says Weardale Way, I thought I was still on the route. However, yeah, so I missed the turning, and the worst part is it's not easy to recover because the turning was a bridge over the river. So if you get to the adventure centre, you know you've actually missed the turning and you've got to keep going forward to then get on a road to come back. That is so annoying. But hey ho, these things happen. So we're meeting up with the Pennine Way now. And we're going down Cauldron Snout, which I'm not a big fan of because it's pretty mad when you're coming up it. It's quite steep. There's nothing worse than going down something that is steep. Bit of a climb. I've still got more to go. Oh. Overall, I didn't really enjoy today. It was the first day where I felt it was a bit of a churn. It was all right first thing in the morning, going through that quarry and the lime kiln area. But after that, nah, didn't help with the weather being what it was. Where it couldn't make its mind up if it was going to pour down with rain or not. That was just so irritating because it's still sort of quite warm, and it meant you're forever obviously doing that thing of taking your waterproofs on and off. And I was struggling to find somewhere to well camp, and I just do what I normally do, just keep walking. I definitely walked way too much. But I remembered, because I knew we were going to join the Pennine Way at Cauldron Snout, and I remembered there was a bit of ground here, and yeah, it's a nice little spot by the river. Right, it's been, like I say, a hard day. So I'm going to get some rest. I'll see you guys in the morning.